that become the UFC featherweight champion, and the amazing thing is how quickly he has risen to the top of the mixed martial arts world. Less than 4 years pro. Back when Jose Aldo started his professional career, Chad Mendes was a freshman wrestling in college.
And what a college career he had, Mike. Yeah. Two-time Pac-10 champion, two-time Division I, NCAA All-American. He's an elite wrestler. And, you know, elite wrestlers have had some of the most impressive records inside the octagon. Chad Mendes would love to carry that tradition and become another one of those guys to make a successful leap from elite amateur wrestler to mixed martial arts champion.
Haunted by a controversial loss in his senior year for the national championship, Chad Mendes believes his destiny will be fulfilled by wearing UFC gold. On surface, you would say this is a grappler versus striker matchup, but you and I both know it's much more than that.
Well, Chad Mendes can punch, no doubt about it. He's got real power in his hands, and he's excellent at avoiding submissions. His fight against Javi Vasquez really highlighted that. Javi, who's a brilliant Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, really was unable to do anything off of his back with Chad, and Chad controlled the top position. If Chad can do that tonight to Jose Aldo and rough him up with some serious ground and pound, we're gonna see an interesting fight. The real key in this fight is, can he take Jose down? Because if he can't, he's in a world of hurt. If he can, this thing gets very interesting.
Well, we just saw the numbers, the success in which Mendes has had with his takedowns throughout his mixed martial arts career, and facing off against Jose Aldo, who is #1 all time in UFC and WEC history with his takedown defense. Most recently, Kenny Florian was one of 19 when they fought in Houston, and Aldo defended his title for the second time. Tonight, he fights money. The champion, Jose Aldo, who now lives and trains here in Rio de Janeiro, a city in which he came to 7 years ago with virtually nothing. Lived in a favela, then spent 2 years living in the gym at Novo Unha. And under the guidance of Andre Pederneiras, this young man has quickly become one of the greatest fighters in the world. 20-1 in his MMA career. 2-0 since the move to the UFC. 8-0 during his time in the WEC. And like you have said before, the man that Anderson Silva said, if Jose Aldo was 185, I would retire. The champion, Jose Aldo, steps into the integral Metagut prep point.
Well, I should just say up front, I think Anderson is just being kind. I think Anderson would love a challenge like Jose Aldo. Jose, what he brings to the table, Mike, is perfection in every form of the game. His striking is brilliant, his ground game is spectacular, and he has made an adjustment recently, which I think is a good one. He got very big for a while and then had a real hard time cutting weight for the Mark Hominick fight. Since then, he's leaned out a bit, dropped a little weight, and yesterday at the weigh-ins looked much better than we had ever seen him before. Not as drained and drawn out as before. So I anticipate that we're going to see the spectacular Jose Aldo that we saw against Uriah Faber, the one that we saw against Mike Brown, the one that we saw against Cub Swanson. And you see him there, fired up, just so energetic he can't even stand still while Stitch is vaselining his face.
Jose Aldo, knowing he was facing the best wrestler he has ever fought in his mixed martial arts career, here tonight in Chad Mendes, brought Gray Maynard, the All-American out of Michigan State and former top contender in the lightweight division here for the last few weeks. And Gray Maynard said, man, I could not take the kid down. He's deceptively strong. And I think that's a major story, especially psychologically, that Jose Aldo has spent this time with Gray Maynard. And how does that play in the mind of Chad Money Mendes?
I think that's an amazing move on his part. Very, very smart. You know, when you're dealing with a great wrestler, you're bringing another great wrestler to train with. And you're bringing a bigger one in Gray Maynard. And Gray Maynard, who doesn't have to cut weight. You're talking about a 175, 180-pound guy with outstanding wrestling skills. If he wasn't able to take Aldo down, will Mendes be able to? Who knows? With all those balance and his amazing movement, it's going to be very difficult for Chad Mendes.
Our tale of the tape for this, our main event of the evening, is brought to you by Dodge, the official automobile of the UFC. The champion is 25. The challenger is 26. Jose Aldo will have a 4-inch reach advantage. With the official introductions, the veteran voice, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Our three judges scoring this contest are Howard Hughes, Marcos Rosales, and Chris Watts. When the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Mario Yamasaki. This bout is sponsored by Bud Light. Here we go. Integral Medica nutritional supplements for those looking for results. And now, senhoras y senores do Brasil and UFC fans watching around the world, live from the sold-out HSBC Arena in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Featherweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a wrestler, holding a professional record. 11 wins, no losses. Standing 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 144 pounds, 65.5 kilos. Fighting out of Sacramento, USA, presenting the challenger, Chad Money Mendes. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a jiu-jitsu fighter, holding a professional record, 20 wins, 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds, 65.9 kilos. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, ladies and gentlemen, he is the former WEC featherweight champion and the undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, Jose Aldo Jr.
Eu quero que vocês façam uma luta limpa, franca, defendam a todo tempo e sigam as regras. Want to do a clean fight, follow my orders at all times, defend yourself for all times. Touch glove, toca as luvas, vamos pra luta.
Jose Aldo facing Chad Mendes for the UFC Featherweight Championship. Here we go! Tonight's clock brought to you by Kmart. See participating stores for details on how you can get $10 off of the UFC 143 pay-per-view. Red and black trunks for Chad Mendes with the inside leg kicks. Black trunks for the champion, Jose Aldo. His kicks are vicious and they are quick.
And right away, Mendes is going with that inside leg kick, but he's landing it with the foot, not quite getting it in there. That was a good one. Yeah, that was a better one.
Yeah.
You see the difference in the impact?
And I remember seeing Uriah Faber get bounced around like that on numerous occasions. Those leg kicks are so heavy.
Yeah, I don't think Mendes wants to go leg kick for leg kick with Aldo. He's got to try to take this fight to the ground sooner than later. Don't make the mistake that Uriah did and try to eat a few of those. You see how he just swings his body into that? There's so much power in his kicks. And he's another one of these fighters that started out with a career in soccer.
Yes.
He was like a high-level soccer player. Look at that.
Wow. Shot for the double.
Brilliant takedown defense. And I think there's a correlation between soccer players and powerful leg kicks. And there's very few things more demanding on your legs than soccer. Running around, the switching of the movements and the changing directions quickly.
Plus the way you step into, kicking a soccer ball, and then you step into a kick with Muay Thai and cruel intentions, and you just generate that much more speed and power.
Well, so far, Mendes has made one shot at taking Aldo down, and that was stuffed. And there's a powerful leg kick. And if he can't do anything to check those kicks, and if he can't do anything to get Aldo down, he's in a lot of trouble.
Aldo says no worries. The inside leg kick lands, but they move on. This Friday from Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee, it's UFC Fight Night on FX as Melvin Gillard takes on Jim Miller and Dwayne Ludwig battles Josh Neer. Live on FX at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific.
Oh!
Tickets are still available.
Big uppercut. And Mendes still unable to take Aldo down. Got deep on that single. Just couldn't do it.
Midway point of the first of a potential 5-minute rounds. Again with that kick. You cannot expect to take Aldo down if he damages your front leg continuously, because you lose all your power in your double leg blast. And you see already Chad kind of switching up his stance a little bit to try to protect that lead leg.
It only takes 1 or 2 from Aldo to really put some damage in that muscle tissue and take away a lot of the spring in your step. Mendes aware of that because of the Uriah Faber fight. Look at that. Spinning, got the signal. Nothing. Man, that's some takedown defense. That's brilliant. Good solid jab by Mendes.
Aldo feels he has the advantage both standing and on the ground if it goes there.
Right now, Mendes has got to be concerned because he's never faced a guy like Aldo before that just easily stuffed every single one of his attempts. And there was a nice leg kick by Mendes.
Chad's had a couple here in the first round, Joe. And you can't train for leg kicks like Jose Aldo throws. You can't spar like that. Uriah Faber talked about it. It's just a whole different world of pain. It's a whole different level of damage that Jose Aldo does, and you can't train like that. Did he get it? Nope.
Look at that. Wow. He's got double underhooks though, and he's behind him. If he can keep his hands clasped, doing a good job there of driving some knees into the thigh. He's got him up. Nope. Oh, Aldo grabbed the fence.
Sure
believe he did.
Mario warns him.
Gets him down briefly for a second, but not really. Springs right back up to his feet.
Yeah, and Jose's saying, I'm not holding the fence here.
Because Chad's got a hold of him here, and Chad can do some damage to his thighs here. It's very important that as long as he keeps his position, he's got to use it and take advantage of it and land more of these knees. He's doing a great job right now with it.
Both of these men, outstanding athletes. 15 seconds on the clock here in round 1.
And Aldo still trying really hard to separate those hands. He briefly does, but Mendes reconnects him when he's free.
Oh!
That's it!
Trying to finish it! And it's all over!
It's over.
Jose Aldo knocks out Chad Mendes and remains
And he
the
just
UFC
ran out of the
featherweight
octagon
champion.
and ran right into the crowd. And they are swarming him now. This is nuts.
And he did it with literally seconds remaining in the round.
He just ran out of the cage and ran right into the crowd. And there's a near riot going on here right now.
Joe, the official time of the knockout, 4:59 of the first round.
Wow.